All right, cool. What's up, crazy bitches? So today we are talking about boundaries. Bitch, what boundaries? Anyways, we have a special co-host today by the name of J.Neely. J.Neely, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, how y'all doing, everybody? My name is J.Neely. I'm a club owner, promoter, / entrepreneur, all around just curator of dope events and experience in the Metro Detroit area. And I'm very excited and happy to be here. I appreciate y'all having me on, and I'm ready to get into it. Let's keep it 100 today.
All right, let's do that.
Right.
So let's get into this, y'all. Y'all know how we started off. We start off with a letter. So I have a letter today, and it goes by, Dear Crazy Bish. Before I got with my man, I used to party a lot, and he knew that. Now that I'm with him, I have to go out once every month. So he says, do y'all think that's fair?
Ooh.
Damn.
He knew it.
Once a month, right?
Once a month, about once a month.
How many days is in a month?
If we talking about February, that's very short.
You know, it's crazy because I came here today and I told myself I'm not going to have a biased opinion on stuff. I'm not just here representing for the fellas. I'm here representing the truth and what I really feel. And at the end of the day, the first thing is the nigga too controlling.
Oh,
Okay.
If you put in a number on how many times a girl can go out, you just insecure, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You gotta let a woman do her thing. Like at the end of the day, I'm big on accepting somebody for how they are and who they are. You can't change people. The second you try to change somebody, the second that it's already gonna go left from the beginning.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
I think, like, coming from my perspective, I am a partier. My family's a partier. You know, everybody parties. We throw parties. So if you seen that on Instagram, that's your way of hollering at me, you knew what I was doing beforehand anyways. And I want my man to party with me. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, be like, oh, a homebody all the time or whatever the case might be. I mean, I'm as I get older, the club scene ain't my thing, but I do love bars and stuff like that. My man need to come out with me, too. So it's either you coming out, you staying in. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, so, I was talking about that shit, but, I'm an inside gal. I be on the inside. And maybe, too, because I've been in, pretty much relationships the last 10 years of my life, my whole 20s. So there was no real room to really explore and go out. And, especially when I'm with my man and, like, I see it. So, but I feel like that can be kind of controlling, right? Like, I want to at least have the option to be able to go. If my girls hit me up like, hey, Lauren, let's go. And then I can be like, oh, yeah. I don't have to be like him looking at me sideways. Like, why you going out?
For me, I think it's okay to go out. And it's coming from my perspective. I might have been the more controlling person in the relationship. Go out, right? Not every night. But when you do, club close at 2. It take you 25 minutes to get home. By 2:25 a.m., I'm going to need you in that shower, and I'm going to need you in the bed by 2:30.
He can't start to get some food.
No, I got food at home, and the kids, and to me, it's just out of respect. It's nothing out here after 2 a.m. except trouble. Like, don't tell me you had to change somebody's tire, and then you got home at 5, or, no. Like,
I'm going to be devil's advocate in all of this.
Okay.
All this whole interview, that's what I'm going to do. But you got to understand that, in all honesty, like, legs is open at any time of the day. Like,
That's true.
a guy can cheat before he go to the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's all about communication. Like you said, them boundaries. You got to communicate with your partner, and you should already know what type of woman she is before y'all agree to say, okay, we in a relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to literally, sometimes, like with me, I've been in, I would say, 3 serious relationships since from 18 to 36. I'm 36 now. I've only had 3 serious, okay, we're together publicly relationships. And before I did each one, we sat down and had that hard discussion of, this is what I expect, this is what you should expect. So it wasn't no surprises later.
Is that straight from the beginning when you start to feel a love interest towards that person? Is that when you start setting your boundaries?
To be honest, like some of the boundaries come, just naturally as you learning a person without the conversation. But before, like literally that day before, we say, okay, we're officially doing this. This is when we sit down and have dinner, some drinks, have that, and just lay everything out of what I expect from this relationship and you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because how I did it was about as far as boundaries and stuff, I kind of played a game. So I don't know, y'all know that game called Let's Get Deep. And I set it up that type of way too. So like we'll get the drinks and stuff, and I just want to pick somebody's brain. So once I pull that game out, I'm interested. Their cards. So we got deep. It's icebreaker, it's deep, and then it's deeper. and then you
Sweet.
ask those 3
Yeah.
questions and stuff, and you really learn a person based off that, because there's questions that I would never even thought of to ask, or boundaries or anything like that.
Right.
So maybe I should throw away
I
that
need
game
to-
now, but you want me to pass it on to
yeah.
you? Okay, because I can't have that game no more. I already know my man.
I've done one similar to that before, but it got super deep into shit. It's like
Mhm.
you got to be ready. You got to be
And
ready
see,
for that.
I think for me, I think in any of my 2 major relationships, I don't think I ever had that conversation of boundaries. So then I think that's where
Lord.
the hiccups come in,
Yeah.
where you be like, "What the hell?" So I think that's the problem. I never had the boundaries talk. So I think as I'm now entering
Yeah.
into these
Child.
dating waters, I need to start having more conversation.
Her and I just had a conversation like about a month ago. I was telling her about my guy. She told me about her guy, and she had been dating her guy for a minute. My guy was so
Talking.
new, talking,
Mm.
and all the stuff I knew about him. I would ask her about her. She like, I don't know. I'm like, so I would play like the 200 question game. Like my whole point
Right.
is to trying to get to know this person. So I need to know as much as possible. Don't waste my
Mhm.
time. Once there's something that we fundamentally are different on, I'm like, it's like cool. We don't need to waste our time anymore. So I have a question as far as boundaries go.
Mhm.
Okay.
How do y'all feel about y'all partner checking y'all phones?
Well, you know how I feel.
We already know. Can you
Oh my
reiterate how you
God.
feel?
I mean, I check phones, but like I said
But can
before,
he check your phone?
He could check my phone.
Okay.
His Face ID is on my phone. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Wow,
care.
okay.
I'm very open in a relationship. My biggest thing is it's a red flag when somebody's like, this is my phone, this is my privacy, this and third. But we live together. We're having sex raw. You talking about marriage and kids and all this other stuff. Ain't no privacy at this point. I don't care. My thing though, when it comes to checking phones, I'm not over here like, let me get your phone. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. But if I'm on a call with somebody and it's an important call and his phone just sitting there, I want to be able to get through that phone real quick and type in a number like, hold on, babe, can I use your phone? I got to type this number in real quick. Or I got to use this or whatever people do. And if somebody like, why you got to use my phone? The fuck you mean why I got to use? I'm going to slap the shit out you. What you mean?
When I say checking phones, I mean snooping.
and
Like, I want to see
when
what
I
you're
see
doing.
that, and when I
How
see
you feel
that red
about that?
flag,
Is
I
that-
go snooping. When I see the red flag, when you ask me a question and you like, why you wanna? Okay, don't even worry about it because we finna get some reposado real quick. We about to get drunk and you about to knock
She a
out because I'm gonna go
little
through your
toxic.
phone.
She a little toxic.
How you feel about
Toxic is
it?
cool though, but listen,
Checking
at the end of the
phones.
day, I don't like it. I won't lie,
Mhm.
but I feel like at the end of the day, I'm open to it. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just tough for somebody like me. I would say like my career, my job, and what I do. My phone is literally constantly always going off 24/7. Like you know what I'm saying. And sometimes in my job, and my wife don't like to hear this sometimes, and previous relationships didn't, but you got to be almost like a politician / like I don't want to compare myself to a stripper, but at the end of the day, you got to flirt a little bit. You got to be
Yeah.
open to meeting new people.
Yeah.
You got to be nice even if somebody likes you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
part of the game. It's a part of the nightlife. So at the end of the day, she's going to always want to have a red flag to look through my phone. My phone sometimes ring at 2, 3 in the morning. Somebody looking for after party, whatever. So I get it. But at the end of the day, I would like some of my privacy because almost anything can look like what is not
Yeah.
in what I
That's true.
do. You know what I'm saying? But a regular guy that doesn't live that type of lifestyle, then, I get it a little more.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like I said, she could look through my phone and see something from so long ago, me just being nice, not shutting some shit down. My wife hate that. Like,
Yeah.
I get a lot of
You
flirting,
gotta
a
shut
lot of
that
stuff.
down.
I don't
But-
shut it down. I leave the
but you
door
can't-
open. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. It's a part of the game, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Personally, I said before in one of the other episodes, like, because I've had such a toxic relationship in the past, if I get to the point where I need to start checking your phone, we need to be done.
Yeah.
It's like it's okay to have, you have a life, I have a life, and we come together. There has to be some level of privacy so that you can stay sane. It's not everything.
I like that.
Oh, what did you get? It's not like that.
Yeah.
When then stuff starts to grow, you might see something like, I feel like my life is similar to your life, except I'm not a promoter, but
Exactly.
I have to be able to move around. I
Yeah.
have to be able to smile and say hi. You think I want
Right.
to date all these guys? No, but
Right.
does it help
Yeah.
me that they find me attractive and that they, I can't just be like, hey, do not talk to me because
Right.
I have a guy over here.
Exactly.
As long as at the end of the night, I'm coming home and I'm not telling them things like, one day you're going to be my man. It's just you have to
Right.
keep those doors open because
Right.
honestly, it helps a lot in business. It helps things run smoothly. So I imagine, have to have a partner that has a certain amount of
Understanding.
She has to be very patient. She has to be very trusting
100%.
and very secure. Because any little thing, it can be the biggest lady on the planet. I don't know. And look a wolf. And she'd be like, and her name might be something cute. And she might be like, yeah, you was looking fine tonight. Thank you for getting me in the club.
Right,
and you haven't thought twice. And you be like, okay, with the cute little, now I don't like emojis. I don't like emojis. But just like, okay, then she see it and
she don't
just
know
think
what she
like,
look like. It could be a woman I'm not even
But
attracted to in that way, but I'm being nice.
But that's when we have those conversations. So my thing is, if you show me a red flag, I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure in a household or like, when you're with somebody, you give them that level of respect. You know what I'm saying? That you leave that door open. So even if she does think something or if he thinks something, you're leaving that open communication where it's like, babe, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? They feel comfortable enough to come to you about whatever their insecurities are that's at the table.
Yeah.
And then when we're talking about knowing who we need to deal with or knowing who they are dealing with in these moments, you have open communication in regards to that. So when there's a red flag in my mental and it's like, oh, this is what we, like, you know what I'm saying? Versus, my phone's just out and it's just chilling and Kiki might pop up on your screen and then she could be like, what's this? And you could be like, oh, I don't even know shorty. You know what I'm saying? That's that dialogue that like goes hand in hand with certain things. And you're right. Like I had this, not had this thing, but I don't know if y'all watched it and I keep bringing it up. The Angie Martinez podcast with Lauren London. And it honestly like made me realize that when you have your ego into the relationship, pure love is no longer there anymore. So sometimes I do still have that ego and I'm very much so aware of it. So I do need to get to that place where it's like, oh, if I feel the need to check your phone, this and third, whatever. But then again, I ain't never been in a situation where I checked somebody's phone and it wasn't nothing in it.
Right.
Well, see.
Now, that's a good one. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No, you're good.
I tell my wife, just being 100% honest, it's like, you got to do some freaky shit. You gotta show out if you look through my phone and don't see shit. And
okay.
And you gotta be honest and come to me and tell me. Because I've been in multiple situations where I'm like, oh, you looked through it, you didn't see shit. Okay, now you got to do something strange.
And that's what I was telling you, Lauren. I was sitting here telling you like, I would like to feel stupid because I will come to my man and be like, babe, so listen, what you want me to cook for you tonight? Like, what you want me to do or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to like do that. I know it sounds weird, but I do.
Well, I don't do the phone thing. I don't go through the phone. Me and my ex, we weren't even Facebook friends and we were married. Like, I be so chill. Like, I just be like, whatever.
Sometimes it's good to block it out.
And it's because at the end of the day, for me, it's always like, if something's wrong, it's going to come to me.
Yeah.
If you're doing wrong to me, it's going to come to me. So I sleep really good at night, knowing like whatever you doing out here in these streets, I'm going to find out. So I don't be pressed. Like, I really, when I say, people just be looking at me like, it's okay. It's all good. I was calm. Like, because I mean, what can you do? You can't control nobody. You can't control no man. Like, you be so, I ain't got energy for that. You just stress yourself out. Like, a man gonna be a man. He gonna do what he gonna do. So
it's so funny. I gotta tell you a funny story now. So me and Lauren, we're similar, but we're really opposites. How she sleeps good at night. Back in my days when I had my moments when I was going through phones, I remember I ended up taking my ex back, and you're supposed to forgive them, let go of everything that happens, right? It was like the middle of the night, and I wasn't sleeping peaceful because something came up from a long time ago that he did, and it was about his phone.
Never forget.
He sleep peaceful every night. I don't know how, but he does. And I literally just looked at him in the middle of the night, kicked him off the bed, turned around and laid down. And then he got up like, everybody okay? I was like, oh yeah, what happened? You okay? But in my head, I'm like, he when somebody hurt you, just want to some time. So she's talking about sleeping peaceful. I'll be sitting there staring at you at night like, you motherfucker.
Even if he's not home, like say he worked late a lot, and so it could be like midnight, and he's still not home. I go to bed. I'm
on your head.
But you know what? I became that type of person though. Like even if I am stressed out or anything like that, I vow to myself I will never, ever, ever allow a man to make me lose sleep ever again. Yeah. I'm going to bed.
And I'm not saying that how I am is a good thing. I'm not. Yeah. I could probably put a little bit more tension, a little more pressure, but I just like,
Yeah. Women, you guys forgive but never forget.
Never.
It's like you could be watching like don't let you be watching a show like Insecure or something.
Yeah.
You see something that relates to the relationship, you be like, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, a little bit of flirting, a little bit of stuff out and about. See, I'm not super jealous when it comes to stuff like that. I feel like at the end of the day, you got to have some type of leash, and it can help your relationship at the end of the day.
Add a
We
little
all got
spice.
ego, we all got feelings.
Absolutely.
Not saying that you may be thirsting for it, but it's good to go out and get cute sometimes and have other guys hit on you, and women try to get on me. Sometimes it make you come home
Exactly, and do the most.
fuck your man or your woman a little better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Stuff
That's
like that
why-
is healthy for the relationship at the end of the day. You
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
get out.
Now
So
I'm
you're not
thinking.
relying, to be honest, so you're not relying on your partner too heavy.
Yeah.
You haven't told me I'm beautiful
Right.
enough or that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta go out and get that reassurance from the world that you sexy and that you
Yeah,
fly.
like, I still
and,
got it.
Yeah.
have your confidence and get out here and get.
So,
and
my
get it in.
guy, I remember like towards the end of our relationship, because I think that is very important to continue to tell your woman
Mhm.
that you're beautiful and you're.
Right.
I remember like I was going out one day and we were not just getting along for a while. As soon as I stepped on the porch to leave the house, somebody's like, "God dang, you look good!" Like
Yeah.
from down the street, and I'm
Yeah.
like, How does everybody else
Yeah.
know and you don't know? So,
That's-
and I did like to go out and make him be there. He was not an out person, but like, I
Right.
need you to be here so you can see
Yeah.
what it's like when I'm out here. And he would be shocked, like, oh,
Yeah.
like, did you
As-
forget?
It's
Like-
it's constant
Yeah.
work at the end of the day, and women, y'all gotta understand that it's naturally like that when you're together for a long time. You can't hold that over your man's head too much. But as a man, you do have to put in work to continue to reassure your woman. Women need more reassurance than men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so it
Definitely.
is part of our job to keep telling ourselves like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me make sure I'm telling her she fine.
Mhm.
Grab her
Please.
ass a little bit, keep that attention up. You
even
know what I'm
if it's
saying? Keep
flat.
reminding her that you still love her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause- so let me ask y'all this. Do you feel like it's okay for your partners to be friends with the opposite sex or best friend is the opposite sex or even exes? Be
No,
friends with the
personally-
That's
exes?
toxic.
No.
I personally don't care. So let me break that down though. So like as far
I
as
like it.
exes and stuff like that, I come from a family where, like I said, they've known each other for years. They probably dated, you know what I'm saying, like back in high school or some shit or college, maybe so. And they introduced the ex-girlfriend once upon a time to their wife currently, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is nothing. You know, nothing at all. My man actually has like a best friend, a female best friend. And every time I go through his phone, I don't see nothing amongst them. So I personally don't care. Now, what I'm not going to say is he meets somebody new and he's like, oh, this is my bestie. Ain't your fucking
Right.
bestie. That is not your fucking bestie.
She be fine as
Like,
hell.
what the hell you
What y'all
mean
got in
that's your
common?
bestie?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think like it's healthy to have other relationships because I have a male best friend, and when I talk to him, he can bring light into a situation that maybe my man is not expressing the way that he needs to or the way that it should be directed towards me. Not saying that my man doesn't know how to express himself, but sometimes, let's be honest, you can say something and I'll be like, Lauren, what the hell you talking about? But then Lauren can come to me and be like, this is what she mean. I'm like,
different perspective.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So that's just kind of how I look at it. I try not to trip on things like that too much.
See, I think for me, it's a big no. No, so I think that it's very important to, like you said, have like, say, you might get into it with your man, have a male perspective. So you might have somebody that you could, an associate,
Not
that
a
you
friend.
can go to. But my parents have been married for almost 40 years. You know what
And they
friends
are
they got?
each other's
Wow.
friends.
They are each other's
They
friends.
are each other's
Well, yeah.
That's
everything.
it. They go to the grocery store with each other, the mall together,
Damn.
concerts together. They is together. So
Beautiful
I
couple.
see it. You know what I mean? And I can see how, when you start adding other people in the mix,
Mm-hmm.
how that can break stuff down and, cause unwanted, unneeded. Now, of course, I wasn't there 30 years ago when they first got married. So I'm sure there was probably,
Right.
that's a process,
Some ups
to
and
get to
downs.
to get to that point. They could they had friends at one point in time, but so it's
Can't
like
see.
I know I'm sure they did, but so it's like, but I'm sure there was learning experiences in that, and I think it's different too when you're talking about boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking about a marriage, it's like a whole different level of commitments, a whole different level of, I feel like set of rules and laws, if you will, that you have to abide by.
But does that change eventually, like once it becomes a marriage? Because for me, it's like, why switch things up now that we're married?
Oh, it switches up. Everybody be like, oh, after you get married, it's not gonna change. It changes. It's like a little switch, and it's like both of you. It's not just like the woman does it or just the man does it, like both. And I can't explain it to you, but it happens. It's a switch.
To a certain extent, I do, but I was big on, before I got married, just explaining to my wife, like, nothing's gonna change. I was one of them guys. Listen, I love you the way I feel about you right now. From the point when we got engaged is the same way I'm gonna feel once that piece of paper is signed. And you're gonna notice later, you know what I'm saying, that marriage at the end of the day is an agreement, it's a piece of paper. Things can be broken or fixed the same way it can if you were in a relationship. But this is just showing my level of commitment within this situation. But at the end of the day, our feelings, emotions, decisions are gonna be exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? So
can you be friends with the opposite sex?
That's a big one in my household. That's like
I noticed I ain't friends.
we're back and forth. I was waiting my turn to go. But definitely. So I'm the type of guy, like I said, in my business, like people that I haven't had a lot of like ex-girlfriends, but I've had a lot of relationships and people that I mess with, and I'm just the type of person that we always cool afterwards.
You don't burn bridges.
I probably had one ex that just is like bad blood. But other than that, everybody that I felt like had any type of relations with, we always was cool afterwards.
I think it's a time limit too, though.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
We were able to be friends.
I wouldn't. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think it's a time limit though too, in that sense, because when we're like, I wouldn't want him to be friends with somebody that like he had those deep connections with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want me to be friends. Not pretty sure, I am sure. He wouldn't want me to be friends with a man that was like my longest relationship. And I'm like, he hurt me and all these things. But I think like it's a time limit. So if he's cool with somebody he had sex with years ago and stuff, and they both are not on that type of time, because there's men out here that I done had sex
with. Say it
with.
again, please.
And there's men that I done had sex with, and I would be like, I fucked you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, in my mind, I'm not even thinking about that. Now, we're not going to be the best of friends. You going to respect me in my relationship. You ain't going to be calling me 2, 3 o'clock in the morning or anything like that. I mean, we may just be friends on Instagram. You like liking a picture, like, hey, how you doing? Whatever. It's a respect level, but he ain't friends with his ex that was in his last relationship.
Right. Yeah, so with me, like, my longest running ex, no, we ain't friends like that, you know what I'm saying? But I have some female friendships, you know what I'm saying? One of them, I feel like, she's been in my life for a very, very long time. And I don't see anything wrong with being friends, but like you said, there got to be boundaries, there got to be communications
Was she at the wedding?
within your relationship. She wasn't at the wedding.
Okay,
she wasn't at the wedding. But
was she looking for
so with me personally, I feel like I'm big on having, I wouldn't say that I live a double life, but you got to have a life outside of your marriage at the end of the day.
So.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain things that I feel like certain friends and people that I'm around that my wife don't necessarily be around like that, but she's met them. She can be cordial, but we don't all hang together. I keep my nightlife and my real life family life very separate. Like, I got a lot of people that I've worked with for 10 plus years and did events, but they have never been in my house. You know what I'm saying?
I try like business
I try to separate that. So, and I also don't have a lot of actual like friends. I have a lot of associates. I know a lot of people, but actual real friends is very few. So I have a couple females that are on that list that come out with me. I don't like, most of my personal friends don't like to party. So it's tough. You got to keep at least a few of your real genuine friends around. So I got a couple females that you may see me around while I'm out and stuff like that. But my wife, she's cool with them, but she ain't like,
hey girl.
She don't necessarily love it, but she's like, whatever.
Me personally, if she can't come to the wedding, then you can't be her friend. That's me.
I understand.
If she can't come to the barbecue we throwing on Saturday to the house, she can't. Cause one thing about women, we know energy. She comes to the barbecue and she not giving me the hey lady in the house, and she's sitting there and we can feel this like that's not your friend no more. Like that's just me. I know I would be. It would be problematic for me for sure.
Right.
So but you got the friends that you know that's just a friend. That's a friend. But some friends, if she ain't at the wedding, then me and you.
I ain't gonna lie. My business I have a lot of associates that I know will fuck me.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I'm not saying friends, but associates. Like I work in the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that, and ladies, y'all gotta understand. Most of y'all friends, I don't care how close they are, them niggas will fuck you.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say we can curse. Everything is no filter, right?
Oh, yeah.
Them niggas will fuck you for sure.
I believe it.
I don't give a fuck how
It
close
takes
you
two
think they
people.
are.
It takes two people.
Exactly.
So as long as you not letting it happen, that's fine.
Right.
They gonna be around, but you gotta be the one to be like.
Exactly. And that's what you got to be confident in a relationship. So
I think it's that I
can't
want
be
to
scared.
know.
You can't be scared.
Like I have to know. Like I have to know. I don't want nothing popping up. So like I was in my last relationship and I found out that like my ex used to flirt with his best friend or like whatever. And it's like when the conversation arises and stuff, you didn't tell me about that. So now I'm seeing like this little weird shit going on. And you never told me about that.
Damn.
Like I need to know.
So it's like if she would have said yeah, it would have went down type of thing.
What you mean?
Like the flirting. Like do you feel like the energy was if she would have gave you the pass, then it would have happened? Like he wanted to?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
damn.
and then I had
Dang.
so like for me, and then so I was around this girl, you know what I'm saying?
no.
So we were all at the bars and stuff, and then now I find out that y'all used to what? Hold up. Like, cause now I feel like I look stupid. Like, and she was one of them. Hey, how you? Yes.
That's the worst for me. You gonna be up in my face?
Yes, hey girl. Like, and
Damn.
I'm just
you said
like,
it's an ex?
yeah, it's an ex.
Okay.
No, not my current. Yeah, it's an
Okay.
ex.
Just making sure. Just
That's
making
why
sure.
he had to go. He had
So
to
I got a
go.
funny story now. I got another funny story. So I remember back in the day, the first time my ex took me around his friends, I was so excited. I was so young, naive. I only had like 1.5 boyfriends in my life, right?
Okay.
So this was like the main one. We went to the club. This is where I get to meet all his friends, right? And we're walking in. I'm just like, yay! And then this girl, like, it's like we're walking up the stairs. She just pops up, and then she goes like this, like, and then I was like, and I looked at him, and then he was like, hey, such and such, this is Lauren, my girl. And she's like, oh, hi, good to meet you. I was like, what was that about? Like, y'all got some weird energy. Y'all ever had sex? He's like, hell.
So
She
you cut
lived
him
down
right
the
away
street.
at the club?
And when I didn't know what I was dealing with. And when I
Oh
say,
my
like, I was like, okay, cool. So one day I went to his house unannounced, and there was a camera pointing to his bed. And camera pointing to his bed, right? I end up looking through the videos. He is literally smashing her guts. The same face that looked like this was the same face in the video. My point.
Come on, bro.
We don't have to wrap this
You
up,
gotta be
but
more
that's all
slick
I'm
than
saying
that,
is like
bro.
they be in your face like, hey, and then be want to be like, you know. So.
Damn.
But yeah, so you guys, we gotta wrap this up. We appreciate.
Damn, I feel like it
J.Neely.
went so quick.
I know.
I want to keep talking.
Coming and talking with us. We appreciate it so much. Yeah, boundaries. I think what this episode taught me was that I probably should work on boundaries and actually discussing and talking boundaries. And ladies, don't be scared to ask questions because questions are good. You tell me all the time, right? Questions are good. So we got to go. But once again, thank you, J.Neely, for coming.
Yes.
And ladies, just remember, the next time somebody calls you a crazy bitch, you got to ask yourself, Am I really? I don't know, because I feel like,
what is this?
Let me, before we wrap up, let me gift you guys. So I
this is
brought,
so
me and my
sweet.
wife have a candle business. It's called J Naturals.
Oh, wow.
So
Ooh,
the
sweet potato pie.
summer is wrapping up quick, so we brought y'all fall scents. So candle for each one of you. Pick whichever one you like. And thank y'all for having me.
Thank
for
you
sure.
so
Sweet
much.
potato pie. I like
Appreciate
that.
y'all.
Pumpkin
Appreciate y'all.
spice latte.
Which one is this one?
I definitely want the sweet potato pie one.
I like
I don't
this.
know.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no problem.
Thank
no problem.
you. All right, y'all.
We
We'll
out.
see you.
We out.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, this
That
is so
was funny.
lit. I need a new
That
camera.
was
did go
fun.
by
It went by
too
super
fast.
quick.
It
I
always
had some more
do.
really good
Yeah.
questions.
I know.
I
We
know.